Lawmakers are back in Washington, and later this morning, the Senate Finance Committee is going to begin marking up the U.S.-Mexico-Canada trade agreement, which is President Trump's signature deal to replace NAFTA. Joining us right now is Senator Charles Grassley. He's the chairman of the Senate Finance Committee. And, sir, thanks for being with us today.
Thank you.
What do you think is going to happen in the markup today, and where does this get us in terms of potentially seeing this bill turn into law?
Okay. I think it'll get out of committee with just one or two dissenting votes. It could be called up almost within the next 10 days by the leader, McConnell. What he doesn't know is when impeachment happens in the Senate, it has priority over everything. Mm-hmm. So he could schedule this pretty soon. Unless the articles of impeachment come over, then we have a big problem. It might not be done until the end of January, but it will pass the Senate sometime within the next few days, or at the most the end of this month.
Will that bill be very similar to the bill that passed the House already? So, in other words, there won't be much to work out in conference?
It has to be exactly the same because trade agreements are handled a little bit different than other legislation. They can't be amended, so as it's submitted to the Congress, the House had to vote it up or down, and we have to vote it up or down.
What's the support in the full Senate at this point?
I can't tell you whether it'd be 70-30 or 80-20, but it's going to be overwhelmingly approved. It's very bipartisan.
What do you think the difference will mean to the economy once this does get passed? What will change?
I'll quote the International Trade Commission of the United States federal government, create about 176,000 new jobs, about $64 billion to the economy, about increase the GNP by about 0.3%, which would be more than a 10% increase in GNP at the point it is right now. It will be very good for automobile workers because it ups the wages that must be paid for 75% of the content of a car. It would be very good for agriculture, particularly because we've never been able to get our poultry, eggs, and dairy into Canada, and not much of our wheat into Canada. So it's going to be very good for agriculture, very good for manufacturing. And it includes a lot of things that 25 years ago, when NAFTA was approved, that weren't even issues for negotiation, like, let's say, data trading as an example, mm-hmm. or intellectual property as an example. It covers a lot of things that would have never been thought of 30 years ago.